This is my review of The Promised Neverland, Chapter 158, The Reason I Was Born. And I've seen a lot of complaints online saying this fight was rushed, this fight was stupid, this fight was pointless, there was no reason behind it. And I just really have to disagree. This was the ultimate, the perfect way to kill the queen. I mean, Norman, human killing her, yeah, that's pretty cool. But this is just a step above it. She overate, and as a result, her own food ate her. Her food ate her! I mean, way back when the series first started, I thought to myself, okay, there has to be a scene at some point in here where Emma ends up eating a demon, the food eats the eater, or that'd be so cool. This is the ultimate embodiment of it. Literally everything she's ever eaten comes back up, consumes her, devours her, removes her own individuality from her because she is what she ate. It's just such a perfect metaphor for her, and honestly kind of a perfect metaphor for all corrupt governments as a whole, Their greed eventually consumes them, and is the reason for their downfall. Alright, but yeah, let's get into this. It starts off with Musica giving her own little backstory and history, and this does confirm that she is in fact just an ordinary girl who was born differently. I had a theory for a long time that she was essentially Jesus. The child of God who descended upon the world to offer salvation through their body and blood. There seem to be a lot of Christ metaphors there, I mean, she literally offered her body and blood to give salvation. I literally couldn't think of anything more on the nose than that, but no, she was just ordinary human, well, demon, I guess, who didn't change forms no matter what she ate. Really cute little shot of child Musica there. She's absolutely adorable. And some people thought she was a meat substitute, so they tried to hunt her down and eat her, and then she realized, wait a minute, people who I give my blood to, they don't go feral anymore. Alrighty then, I think I just solved world hunger. She basically did just solve world hunger, wow. So she started giving her blood to everyone, but royal family, nobles, all them, they were not too happy with it. So they killed every last one of those demons. Little unsure why they spared her. I'm not sure if maybe they were going to experiment on her or do something with her. I mean, could be that they thought maybe they could use her to try to mass produce better low quality food for the poor peasants around the world. Just so they stop complaining so much that they were starving to death. And this makes her just really question her entire, place in the world. Okay, why exactly was I born again? This feels weird. Am I an accident? Am I a crime against God? Am I special? What exactly am I? And now she's facing down the queen that killed her parents, her friends, and everyone she basically ever met. And, she wanted revenge. She wanted to confront her about all this. But now that she's realizing how overwhelmingly pathetic the queen is, all she can ask is, why are you so desperate to fill your hunger? Why are you just so overwhelmingly pathetic and greedy like this? Someone just comes in to save her from the queen, but she's like, nah, I'm good. You didn't have to do that. I had this completely under control, which, I mean, okay, yes, but I feel like in the time you were, waiting for the queen to explode, she definitely could have killed you. Seriously, music keeps going on. I feel sorry for you. Just, Jesus Christ. Again, just proving that Musica is like the best character ever. She feels pity for the person that's killed everyone she's ever known and loved. That's next level right there. We then get an interesting shot of Baby Queen, which was interesting. Kind of love the comparison, Baby Queen, Baby Musica. Just weird. And that's basically her whole logic there. She's like, as long as I keep getting stronger and stronger, there is nothing I can fear. Nothing can kill me. But as Musica points out, no, you're already dead. You just haven't realized it yet. And then she explodes, which just great shot right there. Love that. So yeah, my whole theory of the second core had some strange power would absorb all the things she ate more and gave her better access to it. That was in fact the exact opposite of the truth. Yeah, instead, just her eating all of that food all at once was just too much for her body to handle, and she literally couldn't absorb it. She literally overate herself to death. Yeah, all the faces we saw that were creepy and terrifying, I thought those were a sign, that she was somehow more powerful, but actually it was a sign that she just couldn't fully digest them. There basically her food was coming back up on her. And here we get a little more nightmare fuel as we see thousands of screaming faces begging for help, begging for their mother, begging for just some relief from this madness. Honestly, it's a very Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood moment here. All the screaming souls inside the Philosopher's Stone. Then you get a very interesting speech from this old man, who I guess Musica's saved or something. Or maybe that's Musica's family. Essentially explaining that demons are nothing because they can become anything. Because they literally are what they eat. There's no central being to them. Their bodies, their minds, their personalities, all of that can be considered a attribute of what they ate. And after that's passed through them, they become something new entirely. So then what are they really? What is their core? What is their central being? And as Musica explains, once she met Emma, she finally realized her purpose in life, her reason for being. She was born to change the species, to make them one that doesn't deteriorate, to make them one that is who they are for their entire lives. A species that is no longer dependent on the food they ate to define them, but who can learn to be truly themselves now. We see some other faces, Crone, Gielan, Doza, Bayon, and Michelle, who I definitely recognize at first. I had to look that one up. She's from the light novel in the bonus chapter. She was basically like a big sister to Norman, Ray, and Emma before she was shipped out and I guess eaten by the queen. And as they all just scream out who they are, who their beings are, the queen is left confused and perplexed as she's no longer able to remember exactly who she is. Who was this central being? Who was she that all these other beings attach themselves? And as each of these voices screams out with their own name, their own identification, she becomes lost. She can no longer remember exactly who it is that she is. Who was she? And as Mika says, the lives you consumed will devour you. And so they do, and she turns to nothingness. And actually, Sonja looks a little annoyed by this, like, God dang it, I wanted to be the one that killed my big sister. So yeah, literally consumed by her own meals. Like I said, a million times better than seeing Emma or Ray or whoever eating a demon. So yeah, this is a pretty good chapter in my opinion. And like I said, I know a lot of people are complaining it felt rushed, but best ending possible for the queen, definitely. I will agree, overall, this arc was a bit rushed. I wish we got some more backstory information on the five lords. Lord Bay in particular, I thought would be a very interesting character to look into. And I mean, he even, said that he respected Lord Gielan. He wanted to, he felt sorry for him for what happened to him, and he may have changed too. But then Gielan's like, "Oh, by the way, I killed your kids. Oops, now you're dead. Haha." Like, what the freak was that? So yeah, it's just interesting. There's a lot of interesting going on. So next chapter, I'm guessing Sonja and Musica will take the throne, become the new king and queen. And there's still the whole, army marching towards Norman's base. But, since the queen's dead and Sonja's the new king, more or less, I'm guessing he can tell them, "Hey, turn around. War's over. We stopped eating humans." Which is going to be a very interesting letter to have to explain to everyone in the army. Like, okay, all your soldiers, it's over. We're not fighting humans anymore, I guess. I don't know. Our entire society has just changed completely. And what it means to be a demon has been unequivocally altered. That's going to be a big change. I kind of feel like, Emma, Ray, and Norman are going to stick around for a little while, a couple weeks, few months, to make peace with the demons, to free all their relatives. Still have no idea what happened with Phil. It's definitely weird that dude, I forget his name, but the mercenary, more or less, went in and talked to Phil to try to figure out where Emma and Ray were. So a lot of theories that, they killed Phil or something. I'm honestly not sure about that, but hopefully, all the kids are going to be freed from slavery, essentially. And then they'll go to the human world. I still have this theory the human world isn't actually there. That's been, they nuke themselves to death, or war, famine, or whatever, end up killing everybody. Now it's just going to be the orphans who go back to the human world and basically start new. I mean, they haven't really gotten anything from the human world. All their books and stuff stopped coming over in 2012 or 2016. I forget which. So it would make sense, back then humanity just died out and now these orphans are the last ones left. That's just my own theory. Let me think in the comment section down below. What happens next? Will they become the king and queen? Are there any other humans left in the human world? Just going to be Emma, Ray, Norman, basically starting everything over from scratch. That'd be pretty fun. I'd like to see that. Just let me know anything down below. Be sure to like, subscribe. And until next time,
Peace.